Hello everyone, welcome to another video. As you can see, today we are learning Figma. All right, let's get right into it. So this is a design tool, figma.com. This is how you access the site. So go to figma.com, and if you're a student, you can actually get all their premium features for free. If you're a student or teacher, if you scroll all the way down, you can go to Figma to Education, and you can see here you can access this for free. You just need to get verified and maybe get your show them your student ID or when you graduate, stuff like that. All right, let's go back to the home page here. So what I want to do is I want to show you the whole process of creating a new account and starting working in Figma. So let's get right into it. So I'm gonna say here, get started for free. I don't have yet a Figma account using this email, so let me type. I believe it's website vanillapro@gmail.com. Obviously, this is where you can email me. I'm gonna put my password there, and then create an account. So we're creating a new Figma account. Let's see. All right. Obviously, they sent a link to verify in your email. So let me go to my email here. Right. So I come to my email and I click verify. So verify email, and I go there to login. I click login. And then I'm in. All right. What's your name? All right. Let's do this quickly here. Website vanilla. Oh, you can skip all this onboarding stuff, but let's do a few of these. Who am I? You can skip most of this. I can say I'm gonna do design. I'm gonna say I'm a founder. Um, who do you usually collaborate with? Nobody, just me. You can invite other people to collaborate with, but I'm not gonna do that, so I'm just gonna skip this step. Use for just for fun. Continue. Yes, many times. Continue. So here is where they have their plans. You can use Figma for free. I mean, it's available for free, but obviously it has limited features. And if you want to pay for it, obviously you go to this professional plan. But as I shared, if you're a student or a teacher, you can get this professional for free from their website. You can, like I showed. All right, I'm just gonna say starter for free. Continue. All right, they have introduced a new product. It's called Whiteboard in Figma. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the normal Figma, which is the design and prototyping tool. So this, and then I'm going to say finish. That was our onboarding process. All right. So right now we are into Figma. It comes with some templates here, Figma Basics. Be free to check this around. So for example, you're getting started with the frame. They're just showing us this is where you can create a frame. I'm going to show you what are those. Frames are containers for your designs. Next, here's where you can add the text. So here on top, this is our toolbar. You can click into your frame and start typing. Okay, next. And then this is our move tool. All right, and then you can change formatting and what to our right here, as you can see. Use the text and field section to change up your text and form. Okay, go next. Cool. And this also is our properties section. I'm gonna go next. By default, it comes with this template. I'm not gonna play around with it, but you can see what they show here. It was designed also on Figma. On top right here, you can see your zoom. So let's say zoom to fit. We can see everything, and then you can zoom to different sizes, and you can zoom to 50%. You can see this scroll bar. You can move left and right. So all these beautiful designs were made in Figma. All right. So I want to start you by ignoring this Figma basic page, and let's go to the home page. I can just click here and say go back to files. So this is by default when you have a new account. Here you have Figma basics. Here you have Figma basics. We're not gonna touch this. We're only gonna work in Figma. So let's start with designing a new file. Here on our top right corner, you see design file. So I'm just gonna say click design file. and we're in. This is our Figma window, and it contains several panels. So on the very top, this is kind of our toolbar. It has these tools that you can use. I will show you. And then we have left panel. This is like our layers panel. And then on the right, we have our properties panel. And then this in the middle, this is kind of our playground. This is called the canvas. All right, cool. So what are we building today? I'm going to show you different features of Figma by creating a simple resume. Some of you might be creating resumes, but you can do a lot of stuff. You can design a website, you can design mobile apps, you can do a lot of stuff. Now, I want this to be just a quick primer on getting on Figma, and I want to design a simple um, resume. Cool. So as I shared, these are our tools. I'm just going to show you a few tools here you can use before we start designing. So this is our move tool. By default, you always want to be here on the move tool. And then this is called our frame. The very first one is called our frame. If you click that and if you start drawing, it will draw a frame. And this is where your designs will be. And you can draw a frame of different sizes. And by default also, you can have if you just click this flame, you can have some templates of different frames here to use. For example, you can say, okay, I want my frame to be like a MacBook Air screen, and it's got like a MacBook Air screen. Or you can click. Now we want a what? Like a resume. We can go even to like paper as a letter here or A4. So let me select letter because that the US standard size. Cool. So this is our frame, and then here I'm just gonna type resume. You can double click and change. Cool. I can zoom in a bit so that you can see in. I mean, you can see, or you can use Control plus plus to zoom in. Control plus plus, but that's go all the way to 100. I can go maybe to let's say zoom to fit. All right, cool. You can make as many of these frames as possible. Um, so the very first thing we're gonna learn about, obviously we saw what a frame is. Let's go to text. You're gonna use text a lot. So we're gonna just touch that, and then come here, place, and then start typing. And then that is your text. You can change the color, the text size, and a lot of those stuff. So let me select this and change the font is by default enter. I'm gonna leave it as enter. That's a very popular font. And then let's change the size to 18. We see my text word here. I'm gonna say 18. I'm gonna click enter. Now it's saying 18. And let's say, all right, let me touch my frame, move it a bit up, and let's say this is gonna be all right, like the name, maybe website vanilla. Remember, we're creating a resume, and then I'm gonna put it somewhere there on top. If you hold Alt on your keyboard, if you select an element like this and you hold Alt, if you use Windows, I believe it's Option maybe on Mac. But if you click and then select Alt and then move your mouse, it will show you how that element is far from other elements. So I'm just gonna say this. I want this to be maybe 30, and then you can use your arrow keys too to move. Like for example, right now I've selected this element. I'll hold Alt, and then I can move using my arrows up or down. So let's say I want this to be 32 from out and 32 word. So that is like our name. And then, so that is text. I showed you how to change it. Let's increase the font weight to maybe bold. That's fine. Okay, bold. And then I can go to other tool. Let's go to our shapes now. I can go here to shapes, and I can select a line. And then I'm gonna select a line. I'm gonna draw a line from there all the way to the end there. Uh, and then you see you can move up and down. I can show you once you draw, even if it's not perfect, that's fine. Click out. You can select it again and use these elements here, this on the right, to change. Maybe you can say I want it to be 500. So it's no, not 5,000, actually 500. It's 500. And then you can select again and move it up and down. The height is 0. So let's make sure is also like 32 from the left, and then you can hold Alt and move left. So now we're 32. So, and then let's move it a bit up. If you select again hold Alt on your keyboard and then just select Alt and then hover over another element. It will show you how far apart one is from the other. So then I can move up. I just want it to be maybe 4 from the top, and this line is 500. I can maybe increase a bit, maybe to 520, and then let's see how far is it from the right. Is 60. So it's 32 from the left and then it's 60 from the right. Actually, yeah, I think that's fine. But you can change it depending on what you like. All right, so let's say that's like where your name is going to be, and then let's put other information like maybe your email and your phone number. So I'm going to select again text. I'm going to put there, and then let's put my email, for example. Now by default it's gonna put the same font size as you used last time. We're gonna change that. So let website vanillapro@gmail.com. I'm gonna double click that, and then I'm gonna change this to be maybe 12. Let's use 12, and then I'm gonna change this to be just regular. All right, cool. And then I can move this up, but I just want to move it a bit on the side. So let's say it's gonna maybe sit somewhere here, or let's see, it depends. And how far from the left do I want it to be? Okay, it's 100 from the left. Okay, 100 is a good number. I'm gonna keep it at that. And then if you hold Alt, that's how you see how elements are far from each other. In Mac, I believe it's option, one of those. Play one of those. I think it's option. All right, so website vanilla, and then how far is this from this line? I click, I select Alt, it's 4 from that line. That's fine. All right. I can duplicate. I can select this. Instead of selecting another T and start typing maybe my phone number, let's say 217, and okay, that's not a lead for number, 000. And instead of doing that again by using the T, I can just select one element and duplicate it by Control D. If you hit Control D, it's duplicated, and then I can move on the side. Or you can right click and select duplicate on the menu. If it's not on the menu, it should be somewhere on here. If you select, you don't want to go all the way here and select duplicate. Where is it? Here is Control D. Normally I just use this shortcut. You select and say Control D. It's duplicated, and then you can move it. Anyway, so one thing, when you are adding these layers with these different elements, they're being added here on the left, you see. And then you can select one, you can select another, even using this. And then you can even hide. So for example, we have two numbers there. I can hide one like that, and then it won't be seen on the canvas. All right, I can show you. So let me change this to be okay, this is a phone number, and I can drag this. You see, I just click and use my mouse to drag this. I can drag all the way to there. I want it to be also like maybe 4, is it 4 pixels from this one. So I can just select this and Alt and then move it a bit up, so it's also 4 inches. Just make sure they're all kind of aligned properly. And the last thing, I can just put my website. I can say, okay, I'm in youtube.com, but here's where you'll put your LinkedIn or your GitHub profile. youtube.com/website vanilla. Click outside, click this and move it up. See, and then it shows you those, so they're all in the same places. And then I release. Cool. So that's kind of our first, our header. That's our first section. So let's make more sections. So I'm going to show you more features. What you can do next, I can start typing again by holding T, and then start typing. Maybe this is work experience, but that is too much. We're going to use the same format as this one. I don't need to start typing and then to start putting this element here again. No, I'm going to do this and delete. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this by, if you just select on this white space here on your frame, you can drag and select everything. You see, everything selected. And I can do two things, as I can do Control D to duplicate, and then I can move it down like that. You see, that's one thing. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete this, and I'm gonna show you one more thing. One more thing you can do again. You can select here, and like this is what I'm doing. I'm clicking outside and dragging everything, every element. An alternative would be like holding this and then holding control and selecting everything. That's an alternative you can do on the left. There's so many things, but the easiest way I think is just to drag. You can do press Alt on your keyboard, hover over this and then press Alt, and then you see it shows two like kind of two moves icons there, and then you can just click and drag down. That's another way to duplicate. All right, and then I want this maybe to be a bit, let's say I want it to be like maybe 24. So right now it's not at 24. I want to play down. Cool. Now here's where I can say, okay, this is my work experience. Work experience. And then I can start sharing what's my work experience. Um, so I've just realized I want to put my dates on the left, and this is not enough space to put it to put a date. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna move this a bit to the right, so I can select again. I can select this all, and then I can just even use my right arrow to move them right. I can move them maybe right up to here. And then the same, I want them to be consistent, so I'm going to also select this, and then I'm going to also move this right. And then as I'm moving, it will show me, you see those guidelines, it will show me when they're kind of equal. Again, I just selected all and use my arrows to move left and right, or you can use your mouse. All right, so I wanna say, for example here, I wanna put, I'm gonna say, for example here, web designer and developer at what? Let's say, let's just pick a random company, okay? I'm saying maybe at Google. This is what, in Mountain View, at Mountain View, California. Cool. And then I can put here, can double click and put here, let's say designed and developed Google websites. And then here's where you can put your anything that you would like to put, and then I can that's like my column one, and then I can start putting here what else did you do, what else did you do. Be free to change this design. I mean, it's all subjective. What I normally do here, I can just put this and say, and also I'm gonna highlight that, and Control B is gonna be bold. So that's position. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna duplicate this, Control D, this text here, and then I'm gonna say this was from 2020 to present. And then you see it's a bit wide. I can use this on the left here to make it like to fit or to auto width like this. Okay, and then I can move it all the way up like this. Let's see. Well, so make sure it's centered. When you move, it show you those guidelines. Cool. Designed a Google website. Also created content for YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna select that. I have to make this wide. I can just select this, and I can come here on the right and say change this also to 500. Whoop, it's wide now. 500 is too much. I say okay, maybe it's 400. It ends there. Cool. And this the same too. I can say okay, make this also. I can double click this. Let's see. For some reason it's not activated there. But I can keep on writing. That's text. Okay, this is text. Okay, why is this not the problem here? The problem here? No. Yeah, for some reason I can't increase the it's grayed out. That happens sometimes. Maybe I have to activate like this. Okay, now it have been activated. When we just use the what? I can do Control Z. I see you have to use some of these now to activate it. Okay, if you just go here and what? So I can also put this 400. All right, cool. So I can keep on writing and be free to add like bullets. How we can add a bullet is just by going here again. Let's see to our shapes. Here's our shapes. This is ellipse, and then I can draw an ellipse. Now if you draw this, an ellipse is like this, but if you want it to have the same shape, if you click this, make sure you hold shift, and if you draw, it will show the same width and height. Or you can just go here and change, make sure, okay, I want both of them to be 10 and to be 10, like that. And then I'm going to change that color. Here's where you change the color. I want to change it to maybe to grayish. All right, grayish, like that. Oh, kind of black maybe, I don't know. And let's decrease the size to again 8 by 8. All right, I think that should be good. And then I can click it and move it. Gonna move this. It's gonna be my first bullet here, like that. But that's too big. Let's say 5 by 5. 5 by 5. Enter. That is also a bit too small. All right, then I can move it. Also, let me move a bit up so that you can see my screen. If I hold control and then you use your trackpad or your mouse, you can move elements left and right. Cool. All right, now I can see everything clearly, and then let's move at the center here. Cool. And then I can just alt and then I can drag down. All right, maybe this need to be a bit up. Cool, like that. And cool, something like that. Let me zoom a bit out. Okay, cool, something like that. It's all relative. It's all relative, these design decisions, so be free. All right, so that is our work experience, and what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna select everything of this like that again, and then alt, and then I can drag down like that. So that is 14, and then I can change different years. Here maybe it was wait, 2016. As we can see, I'm not a job hopper. To 2020, and here I was, maybe I'll just say I was a design intern at small company which is in Reno, Nevada, something like that. And I designed and developed small website, and then here's where you can put a bunch of that text. Cool. For some reason I see these bullets are kind of they're super strong. They're what, let me again, I want to move up. You just, when you want to move again to zoom, control, and then use your trackpad like this. For some reason I see these are kind of a bit too powerful, like I want to decrease the opacity. So I can select this, hold control, select the, like select one, hold shift, select another, select this, and then I'm gonna change the opacity up maybe to 60. See, cool, now they're a bit much better. Cool, that was opacity right there. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna again select everything, alt, and then drag down, or you can do Control D and then you can move it to make sure they're all see, same distance from another. So that is another company. Maybe you get the point. That keep on doing that, and then I'm gonna select the top section, just the top. I can hit Control D, or I can just alt and then drag all the way down. And then here I'm gonna put a different section. Let's say this section is, and then I want to make sure that, for example, this from this was 24, and then I want to make sure this from this is also 24. So I need to select all again, and then I'm gonna hover there, alt, and then I'm gonna say okay, it's also 24, just to make sure that your design is consistent. So here I'm gonna say okay, these are my skills. Okay, skills. So okay, work experience skills, and I've moved a bit to the left. As you can see, it's not aligned, so I can select this again. I can select, and I can move it a bit right, And when I move, it shows you those guidelines. All right, I want it to be right there. I want it to make sure it's also 32 from the left. Okay, and then is it 24? Up, up, up. Cool. So another thing here, I'm gonna put fast skills. So my skills, I can just drag maybe this section. Let's see. Or I can just say, yeah, I can just copy this section like that. Alt, and then because you really need to be consistent when you're designing, then I can move it up, 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 up like that maybe. Cool. And then here I can just say my skills. Number one in design, and then I can say, okay, Canva, Figma, Adobe, etc. And then number two here, I can say maybe what? Programming. I can say HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP. You get the gist. And then I just gonna bold this, select and just bold, Control B. You can use those, or you can highlight and come here and then select one of those. I'm just gonna use bold. All right, cool. So that's our skills section. You can put as many skills as you want. I'm just gonna duplicate this section. I'm just gonna, yeah. So you can put as many skills as you want. So this is from this is 4 distance. So I wanna make sure this is also 4 pixels from this. So make sure they're all same distance. Cool. So what else? The last things is maybe your projects. So I can highlight all this section. Again, move down, and here I can say projects, and then I can say, all right, I have a YouTube channel, and then I can share the link here. You can share the link. You can, so for example, you can even go to youtube.com. For example, I'm just gonna go here to my own channel, to website Vanilla, and then I can copy this link. Cool, I can copy this link.
Hi everyone, Moses again.
Pause. I can copy this link and come back here, and I can paste to this. Let's see. I can paste like this, and this link will also be clickable. I can paste like that. Edit. Oh, yep. So you see, link has been pasted there, and then I can just type here. No. So all right, let me close this, erase that, and say, okay, this is YouTube. Okay, I can say website Vanilla and then channel, and then I'm just gonna highlight this. I don't want it to be bold, so Control B, and then I'm gonna highlight again and add a link. There is on top here, you can create a link. Click that, create a link, and then paste your link. You see it has been pasted, enter. Cool. And if somebody come there and click that, you see it's a link. It will go to the website. Whoop, it's opening. So that's how you do that. All right, cool. Keep adding other projects. So for example, other projects can be, all right, I can say here, I made a CSS framework, and I can also share a link. My CSS framework is called Amigo CSS. I can go to my amigocss.com and copy the link, amigocss.com. I can copy this, and then I can come back and say and highlight this again, the words, and select here link, create link, and then just paste it. Okay, cool. You get the gist of it, and then I can just say another project. I can just delete this, and oh nope, Control Z, and you wanna select this section, Alt, Alt, and then drag a bit down, down. I want to make sure it's also just 4. Again, I'm holding Alt and moving my up and down arrow. Yeah, cool. And then the last thing is my education. What's my education? Select the whole section highlighted, and Alt, again, Alt or Control D. They both work the same thing. Let me do Control D now to duplicate, and then to just drag down. Cool. My last section is what? Education. All right, cool. What is my education there? I can say, um, let's say I've got a master's in entrepreneurship, for example, and then I can type here the school I went to and what. Let me delete this link. I can type the school here. Maybe I went to YouTube University and I graduated in 2024. Let's highlight this. Cool. So I got my new master's from there, and I can delete this. What else did I get from YouTube? I got my bachelor. I can say here I got a bachelor in computer, bachelor in programming. That's much better. Bachelor in programming. Also, I got that from the very popular YouTube University. YouTube University. That was in 2020. All right, cool. Do that, highlight, and control B. Cool. All right. So this is a very simple resume designed in Canva. So once you are done that, you can export this. I can just select this resume and I say here, I'm just gonna go scroll all the way down, click export, and it gives you, as I can export it as an image. Obviously, you don't want an image, you want it to be a PDF. So I'm gonna export it as a PDF. I say export resume, is exporting to my downloads resume. I'm gonna say here Figma resume. I just want to say Figma resume, and then save, and let's open it as a PDF. Cool, voila. So that's our what? Our resume. It was designed in Figma. Obviously, I didn't show you a lot of other stuff, but I just wanted you to get a quick overview of what Figma is about. And we just designed, we got these complete things designed here in Figma. Again, we just use also one frame here. I can minimize this. You can make another one, you can duplicate, you can have multiple pages. We didn't show you how to make images, but images also you can drag them here. There is some other tools you can use here by placing an image or even a video now. So I just wanted you to play around. Is you get better by practice. We mostly use text and just that one shape. All right, cool. Let me know what you think of the video, and maybe if you can keep doing more of these more. All right, bye.